All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Wednesday, March 13th. Listen, if you played Kawhi Leonard tonight, I ain't got no words for you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even think I've ever heard what I heard. Like, I never seen this before. Like, yo, man goes to the locker room, man leaves the arena. So you thinking, oh, some shit happened at the crib. Somebody got hurt. Somebody sick. Back spasms. Yo, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. They should have lied and said something. I would have lied and said something else. But whatever. Whatever. It's my job to get y'all ready for the next slate. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. You got Luca up top, 12.8K going up against Golden State. You think Steve Kerr's gonna fucking game plan for Luca? Like try to double team him or something? I doubt it. Fire up Luca, find value. Halliburton didn't play 9.4. He's an okay player. Chicago, they just play like shit against Dallas and watch them play well against Indiana. The NBA, the NBA, the NBA. Wow. Donovan Mitchell, he might be back. Tough matchup against New Orleans. I don't really play no guards against New Orleans, to be honest with you. They just playing with their food, and then they bench their starters in the fourth quarter. Well, rest their starters in the fourth quarter because they're up by a 20-point lead. I'm not messing around with New Orleans. I probably like dabble with Jared Allen if so, but I mean Donovan Mitchell is matchup proof. But I mean, if the rest of your team ain't doing anything, there's only so much Donovan Mitchell could do by himself. I just don't like the spot for him. If you want to play Donovan Mitchell, you can play Donovan Mitchell. I don't like the spot for him. Kyrie, listen, Luka's on a 30-point triple double run. I don't need Kyrie. I don't want anybody from Dallas. Man's taking 30 shots a game. I don't want anybody else on this team. Okay, they're taking less shots. You feel me? Cunningham's gonna play against Toronto. Quickly, if Quickly's healthy, he's a good player, 8.5. If he's not healthy, I guess you got to go back to Grady Dick or whoever the fuck is going to start for Toronto. Jamal Murray's absolutely in play. Kobe White, I don't think I've ever got this guy right in my entire life. I play him once every 3 months and get him wrong. Horribly wrong. Um, he's not a bad play. You got to take the emotion out of it. You feel me? You really do got to take the emotion out of it. I mean, he's in the player pool. I'm not sure if I'm going to shove him in my main lineup, but he's in the player pool. Garland, he doesn't look as enticing if Donovan Mitchell is back, but he's in the player pool. Rozier, like, let me just say this because I got a comment a few days ago and I let it slide. I didn't let it slide, but I didn't say anything about it. If for the people that are watching the video, obviously the players that are priced higher are the better players, the more um, predictable players that score a lot of fantasy points. Of course, right? I don't like everybody that I don't like everybody. I don't like Kyrie. I don't like Mitchell. Like if you listen to my videos, you know I don't like everybody that's spent up, that's priced up. Some asshole in the comments said all the best players are absolutely in play, trying to mock me. I don't know if you listened to the whole video. I don't know what the fuck got in his Kool-Aid, but I had to get his ass out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not about them being a star or being priced up, or it's not about that. It's about if your salary, right? If your production is gonna fit your salary and give us 5 to 6 times value, that's all I'm looking at. I don't give a fuck about your name. I don't give a fuck who it is. Can Kobe White at 7.8K give me 6 times value going up against Indiana? He could, but what's the probability of that happening? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to, cause that shit been bothering me. All the best players are absolutely shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here. I ain't got time for that shit. Okay, okay. Rozier 7-1 absolutely in play. 7.1K. I think Jimmy might be out if I remember correctly. Jimmy's questionable, so you know the deal. If Jimmy is out, Rozier is gonna get a bump. And guess what? If he's popular, so what? That's 7.1K that for a guy that could give you 45 fantasy points. Chris Paul's in play. McCollum. I don't want to play McCollum. Everybody on the team's been going off. I don't want to play McCollum. Przemski, you could take a shot on him. Schroeder, I don't like Brooklyn at all, especially going up against Orlando. Mincic, haven't gotten him right either. I don't like him going up against Memphis. Memphis been holding teams to putrid fantasy points. I don't know if y'all been noticing that, but teams have been going to Memphis and pissing all over the bed. The Sumner at 6'1" I do like because he does a lot of different things: rebounds, blocks, steals. He's 6.1K. In a fast-paced matchup, it wouldn't be hard for him to hit 6 times value. You see what I'm saying? These are the people that I like. 6.1K and him hitting 5.5K or 6K shouldn't be too hard for him. I like players that are in a position to get to their destination rather easier. You see what I'm saying? Jaden Ivey's in play. Suggs, I'm not interested in. Goodwin, if he starts, he's all right. Kawhi. Kennard, I'm not interested in. Bruce Brown, if there's no Quickly. I'm not interested in TJ McConnell. I'm not interested in Fultz. I'm not interested in none of the guys down here. If there's no Donovan Mitchell, you could take a look at Porter Jr. Let's go to the problem with Porter. No, never mind. You can play Porter Jr. if there's no Mitchell. Brandon Ingram's okay. If you want to play Brandon Ingram and Zion, cool. If you want to take a shot on what's his name? If you want to take a shot on Trey Murphy, you can, but I really want to. I'd stay away from New Orleans. If you think they're gonna go off and beat the brakes off of Cleveland and somebody's gonna have 60 fantasy points, go for it. I just don't see it. I see a game where 6-7 guys on New Orleans have good games, and like they always do. They share the love. You feel me? Brandon Miller's in play. LeVert looks better with no Mitchell. Mikal Bridges, you could take a shot on him, but he's sometime-ish. Cam Thomas is going to take 3,000 shots. He's in play. Klay Thompson off the bench? No, Klay Thompson's back to starting, going up against Dallas. Man, Dallas just made fucking the Bulls look like a bunch of junior high school players. Klay Thompson's in the player pool. Gary Trent, as long as he starts, he's in play. Caruso's in play. Neesmith, you could take a shot. Not interested in Moody. Grady Dick if he starts. KCP to be sneaky. Not interested in Sam Merrill. All right, let's go to small forward. All right, Miles Bridges is in play. He's in the player pool. He probably won't go on my main lineup. I'm not trying to target Memphis like that, but he's in the player pool. We got to see what's going on with Jimmy. DeRozan, 8.2K. He's absolutely in play. He's allowed a down game. He had a down game last game. That's fine. Not interested in Franz Wagner, Mr. Robin, to Banchero's Batman. I don't play Wagner anymore when Banchero's healthy. He definitely takes a back seat. Siakam, you could take a shot. Too cheap, 7.2. Michael Porter Jr., Trey Murphy. They're both in play. Ausar Thompson is in a player pool, but I'm not really interested in him. Duncan Robinson gets a bump if there's no Jimmy Butler. I only like LaRavia if he starts. Herbert Jones is in play because he's been more aggressive lately. Hawkes Jr. gets a bump if there's no Butler. Not interested in Okoro. Not really interested in Wiggins. Okay, well, his minutes are back up. I mean, 5.1K for a guy that's going to play 30 minutes. I mean, you could take a shot on him, but just know his head isn't into basketball. So that's up to you. Fontecchio is in play. Gorgie Yang, if he starts again, is in play. Agbaji, if he starts, what are we going to do with him? 4.2K. All I see is a whole bunch of nothing. So we'll pass on Agbaji. Hardaway Jr. So thank you. And the rest of these guys, I won't be touching right now. We don't need them. Listen, before I go to power forward, if you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell, thumbs up the video. It's absolutely needed in our quest to 1,000 subscribers, which we're almost at. And you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. Listen, if you're struggling to cash, I know the NBA is like retarded. I know you got players going into the back, not coming back. You got players that look fine, say they're hurt. I know the NBA is tough. You know what I'm saying? If you need my help, you want me to send you my lineups, I can. Check out the Patreon link in the description. We got a few tiers going on. We got regular main slate. We got all slates, which is showdown, slate, everything. So see which tier fits your needs, and then jump on in, and then come make this easy money. You feel me? We do have YouTube super chats open, and we do have YouTube channel memberships, and the gold tier does get you lineups also. Okay, let's go to power forward. I think Anthony Edwards was late coming back into the second half also, but I didn't really see why, so I don't really want to speak on it. I don't know what's going on with him. I know there's a lot going on with him, but I don't know what's really going on with him. I don't know how you're late to work when you're already there, but whatever. Banchero against Brooklyn 9K or 8.9K. You could pay that off, but do you think he's going to pay it off? I don't know. What's the probability of him paying off 8.9K? That's what you got to ask yourself. When you're playing these players, you got to say to yourself, hey, Zion's 8.3K. If I pull out my calculator and I times 8.3 times 5.5, can he hit this number? If the answer is yes, you play him. If you don't think he can hit it, don't play him. If your player's not hitting value, you're not cashing. This is 2024. Everything is sharper now. The tools are sharper. Players are sharper. You got to get everything out of your spot. You know what I'm saying? So, if you look at it spot for spot and really protect your spots with players that can pay off their salary, you'll cash. Because that's what I do. I just make sure. Now, mind you, sometimes players just don't show up. Sometimes players get hurt. Sometimes players get kicked out. Sometimes they get technicals. Yeah. But my players are I'm always playing guys at 30 or more minutes. If I'm playing somebody that's going to be under 30 minutes, they're 4K on DraftKings. They're 4K on FanDuel. They're spot starting for someone that's injured. Like, everybody's in a position to thrive. It's up to them what they do. That's all you can do. You're not going to win every night, but you could put yourself in a position to win every night. You see what I'm saying? Kuminga's absolutely in play at 7.1K. Siakam, like I said before, stands out to me a little bit against Chicago. Santi Aldama, if he starts, he's in play. Cam Johnson might be back. Whoop-de-doo. He's in the player pool, but I don't see me, doing a cartwheel to get him in my lineup. Aaron Gordon is in play. G.G. Jackson, 5.9K. I prefer him to start, but he's been decent off the bench. Grant Williams. I know when Grant Williams went to Charlotte, he thought he was the second coming to Charles Barkley. He had a good game last game, but I can't count on what he did last game. Last 5 games, 44, 14, 22, 23, and 32. 5.5K, you're looking for the 44 to 32. All these other shits will kill you. You feel me? He's in the player pool, though. He's not a bad play. He just fucking Grant Williams. PJ Washington, 5.3. I can't play him. Not with Luka taking 6,000 shots a game. I can't. He's got to rely on alley-oops, rebounds, shit like that. It's going to be hard for him. Bertans Bertans is not a bad play. He's in the player pool, but I want to be putting him in my main lineup. 25, 25, 28, 25, 15 fantasy points last 5 games. He's an okay play, but he's coming off the bench. Anybody coming off the bench could be a little bit risky. Finney Smith, I'm not interested in. Caleb Martin, if there's no Jimmy, you could probably take a shot on him, but he's sometime-ish. Maybe Jovic gets more minutes without Jimmy Butler. We really got to have no Butlers out before we start trying to figure out Miami, because they're tough. They're tough to figure out. Jalen Smith, I want no parts of. Mo Wagner, if you want to be different. And if you think it's going to be a blowout, you could play Najee Marshall. But I don't think it should be a blowout against Cleveland. They've been pretty tough without Donovan Mitchell. Another thing you need to do when you're picking your players, especially single entry and 3 entry, 5 entry, shit like that. Have a game script. Play players and then try to anticipate how you think the game is gonna go. That helps a lot too, and putting players in position. You know what I'm saying? For example, if you think New Orleans is gonna blow out Cleveland, why would you play anybody from Cleveland, right? Because they're gonna get blown out. They're not gonna get full run. That's not gonna help you. Let's say you think New Orleans is gonna blow out Chicago, then you might want to play Trey Murphy or Najee Marshall, because they'll get a little bit of blowout run. You see what I'm saying? Listen, that might be a little bit too advanced for newer players, but if you've been playing for a while, you understand what I'm saying. Jokic is 12K. He's too cheap. Bam is in play. Jared Allen 8.4. If Mitchell is back, I don't need Jared Allen at 8.4K. He's come back down to earth anyway. My man's had a little bit of a stretch where he thought he was Wilt Chamberlain, but he's back to earth. 42, 48, 69, 34, and 33. 34 and 33 seems about right for Jared Allen, but he doesn't have a high upside, so I'm not knocking him. Vooch is in play. Kelly Olynyk 7K in play. Claxton's in play 6.9. Just a little bit of a slow matchup against Orlando. Jalen Duren is absolutely in play. If he could keep his emotions in check, I don't know if he think he's Dennis Rodman, but he's been acting up on the court. I need him to calm the fuck down, especially when I play him. Miles Turner 6'2" in play, too cheap. Nick Richards 5'7" in play. Wendell Carter, you could take a shot on him, a little bit sneaky, but remember they play like fucking 6 centers. Valanciunas, part-time starter, no thank you. Gafford, you could take a shot. He hasn't missed a shot in like, I don't know, 10 games, whatever the fuck it is. I don't care. Jackson Davis 4.9 if he starts, but he's too expensive now. Like 4.9 is a starter's price, a starter salary coming off the bench. Now, you never know what Steve Kerr's going to do if he's not starting you. Fuck it. Even if he starts you, don't know what Steve Kerr's going to do. Last 5 games, 22, 19, 18, 24, and 26 minutes. That doesn't mean anything to Steve Kerr. He will still bench you for no reason. So be very careful. Like, I would play Jackson Day. I like him at 4.4, 4.9. And you in the hands of Steve Kerr? I don't know about all that. Upside is there, though. Upside is there. I think that's about it. I'm not playing Jemison. I'm not doing all of that. Listen, I know Tuesday night was a real shitty slate. Hope some of y'all was able to profit. If not, we're going to get them on Wednesday. We happen to salvage a showdown slate. So our night wasn't exactly a total fucking dumpster fire, but wow. Mr. Kawhi Leonard. Wow. Listen, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to little old me. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video, check out the Patreon link in the description. If you need me to send you any type of lineup, just check out the tiers. Check out the channel memberships on the YouTube. The gold tier does get you lineups also. Super chats are open, and I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.